Good morning, students. Welcome to the geography class. Remember, in the last video, we have discussed, or rather, last class we have discussed about the physical divisions and political divisions of the North America. Today we are going to discuss about some of the physical divisions of North America, that is the Western Cordilleras, Central Lowland and Appalachian Highlands. We have just rushed it towards, so just as a recap, I would like to discuss and highlight certain points on this topic. Western Cordilleras comprises of the coastal west coastal of North America. They run from North Alaska to Panama. That is, as it is said, these mountain ranges work as the backbone of North America, because they run from Alaska to Panama. That means whole of west side of North America. They are known as Western Cordilleras. These mountains are the series of ranges, not one mountain, series of mountains that attain their greatest width or the breadth in the middle, not in the beginning or at the end. The highest of this range is the Rocky Mountain. Remember that. The Western Cordilleras were formed during the same time as Himalayas. Same time as Himalayas. They are also characterized by hot spring geysers. Hot spring geysers. Hot spring and the geysers. The Yellowstone National Park in USA is very well known for such phenomena due to the geyser. These there are active volcanoes. There are in these mountain ranges there are also active volcanoes, and therefore it is also known as the Pacific Ring of Fire. Is close to the Pacific Ocean, and so it is known as Pacific Ring of Fire. Earthquakes are quite common also. So they are beautiful. At the same time, people have to be cautious, be careful. Mount McKinley, that rises 6,194 meters, is located in the Western Cordillera. All these mountains, especially the northern and the middle one, the located here, they are high snow covered mountain, cause the relief rainfall also. Rivers that come out flow towards the east, and among them is the Great Lake. And in the lakes, in the Great Lake comprises of the 5 lakes. What are the 5 lakes? Remember, the Lake Superior, that is bigger one, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. Intermountain plateau like Colombia, Colorado and Mexico are also found in between the Pacific coast and Rocky Mountain. In between Pacific coast and Rocky Mountain. Remember that. Next one is the Central Lowland. Central Lowland. Now, Why it is known as lowland area? Lowland areas are the areas that are located below the sea level. That are below the sea level. Therefore, they are known as lowland areas. Central lowland also is known as the prairies. Prairies are nothing but the grassland. Grassland in the western Cordilleras, the Canadian Shield and Appalachian Mountains. They are found in between all these. These plains are not completely flat, but are gently undulated. That is one rising up, then the plains, then again some hills and all that. So this is the plain, but it is quite good for agricultural purposes. In this central lowland is drained by two major rivers, Mississippi and Missouri, and their tributaries which flow into the Gulf of Mexico. The north-south extent of prairie is about 6,000 kilometers. This is the 6,000 kilometers, while the east-west extent is about 2,000 kilometers. Many rivers have deposit silt to form the fertile plain, and therefore I said it's good for agriculture purposes. Next one is the Appalachian Highland. See, all these are, you need to mark what I have termed. I am not reading line by line. I have termed this, you need to mark it so that when you read you will find it. Appalachian Highland. This name for Appalachian Highland is Eastern Highland also. Is Eastern Highland or Appalachian Highland is the same. These are old fold mountain which were once very high, but due to the glaciers and weathering, and they have become lower. They run parallel to the narrow east coast for a distance about 2,500 kilometers with an average height of approximately, that is 1,000 meter to 1,800 meter. Appalachians extend from Newfoundland in the north to Atlanta in the south. Remember all these names. Once you underline, and then you need to find in the map so that you really understand. So major mountain ranges in these highlands are Green Mountain, the Blue Ridge, and White Mountain. Mount Mitchell, that is 2,037 meter height, is the highest point in this. It's not very high. Not very high. Okay. Another thing here we are going to discuss in the Appalachian, yes, is the river that rise in the highlands and cross the plateau drop sharply to the coast in a series of waterfalls. So there are many waterfalls, a series of waterfalls, and this is known as the fall line. So this is what I wanted to say, that a series of waterfalls and that drop sharply to the coast, they are known as fall line. Waterfalls along the fall line are also used to generate a hydroelectricity. It's not simply for beauty's sake. They are using to generate electricity. When the rivers reach the coastal plain, they are used for transportation, since they now flow slowly and become navigable. So they are not very fast, and so they are used for transport and other navigations. Discussing about all this, in the next video we will see the water bodies, that is rivers and lakes, and then other things like the lumberjack. What is that? These are the only terms we will read next. After that we will just conclude this. Yes, here this in water bodies we have to see the important rivers and lakes. Important rivers and lakes here. In the river of North America that flow towards the Mackenzie and Nelson. They are the rivers Mackenzie and Nelson. Nelson has its source in the lake Whipping that flows into the Hudson Bay. Okay, that is what. Among the rivers that flow eastward is the largest one is the St. Lawrence River. The Great Lake and the St. Lawrence combine to make the St. Lawrence river system, which is the busiest waterway in the world. Underline this. Which is the busiest waterways in the world? It is the St. Lawrence River that make combining the Great Lake and St. Lawrence River. The Mississippi flows southward into the Mississippi and Missouri flows southward into the Gulf of Mexico. The tributaries of Mississippi are Ohio, the Arkansas and Missouri. The Mississippi, Missouri is the largest river system in the North America. The Rio Grande River, also called the Rio Bravo, originates from Colorado. So these are the next one is the Columbia Lake, your Columbia Lake. It reaches the Pacific Ocean through the largest estuary. Estuary is the lake. It is narrow lake-like and steady water estuary. The Colorado River flows into the Gulf of California, and the river that is flows in the Hoover Dam to the Hoover Dam. So these are the small little terms important one I have told. Just you go through. Thank you.